So Lyall and my schedule have finally aligned. We were getting ready to take off. He's about an hour and 15 minutes from here. We're going to drive down there this morning, do that video. Then I need to get back here because the lady called about the fish yesterday. So as soon as I get back here, I got to run up there to get those, get them back here, get them in the pond. And then there's some stuff going on at the temple later today. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that or not, but Sompit will probably go to that while I go get the fish. But the fish will be in a different video. I don't know if it'll be before or after the knockdown. I think I'm going to bump the knockdown up because I got a couple people that have requested it. So you might be seeing this before you see the fish. Or you might have already seen the fish before this. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I've got everything prepped for this. So just a matter of coming out here and cutting out that section of pipe over there, where those risers are. Gluing the header in there, laying pipe out, and just gluing all the pieces together. But most of it's done. It won't take probably an hour if I don't overthink anything, if I just come out here and lay it down like I have it planned. I'm basing the range of that sprinkler on this pump with whatever was on when I was running it, because I had this running, those running, and I think there was 2 sprinklers running. So I don't know. It might be, there's going to be 8 of these on there. They're not that big. But it may come out that we can't run anything else except maybe one hose while these are running, but we'll see. The good thing is it will water the whole thing at one time, or we can selectively shut it off. But if we can water the whole thing at one time, it'll be a pretty short time period that we have to water rather than switching zones like I am around the house. Okay, let's get in the car and go see Lyall. How we doing? How we doing, huh? How are you? You good boy? We have arrived. Here's Lyall.
How are we, buddy?
Good. Good to see you again.
I'll take you this hand.
All right. Feeling ill?
No, I was playing with the glass this morning and it bit me.
So this is Lyall. He's the guy that was at our house, what, a week ago? It's roughly 10 days ago? I don't know. Yeah.
A couple of days ago.
So how far from Cambodia are we?
The army checkpoint is a couple of Ks down
So I knew we were close, yeah.
And then if you travel a little bit further, you got the Cambodian border market, which is closed at the moment because a little bit of a conflict.
Oh, okay.
But I think if you go back the way you came, you'll see the reserve, and that reserve is about 1 kilometer from the border.
She said she's seen a sign somewhere that said 1.5 kilometers.
Yeah,
so I knew we were pretty close.
So sometimes you can hear shooting.
You mentioned that the other day, yeah.
So haven't heard the bombs yet.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you said you did. Okay.
So they had some heavy shooting, but it was, I don't know. It's the grapevine. Who knows what's real, what isn't? Maybe
they're just practicing. Who knows?
Someone yelling over the border.
Yeah.
10 years ago, 12 years ago, they had the big war over the temple.
Yep.
And there's just bunkers everywhere through this village.
Yeah, I've seen them up at Plowmore, dang.
And then we got one of the locals who...
seen him wandering down the road here a minute ago. We have one of those, couple of them in the village.
So we have a couple of those who just pop in and...
Just wanderers.
Just look and then wander off.
Yeah.
Zombies.
Very green here.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
I mean, even the foliage down in the field or whatever that is back there is green.
The Thai potato, they call they grind
Cassava?
It up into a powder, and then they use it for dog food and various other products. So
got some money there.
So, but we've only just. Well, this has happened in about.
He's checking out his balls.
Probably not the right video.
No. Oh, so this is the toilet you just finished.
This is our 2 million baht.
Turn the camera around.
This is our 2 million baht Thai toilet.
How much?
No, not 2 million.
Oh, I was going to say. 300 meters that way. It was a pretty decent sized village, and the main highway's 400 meters that way. So
about 2.5 years ago. I was working, like I was telling you before, during COVID.
Do you want to go sit in the shade or something?
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm gonna sweat regardless.
Okay. So 2.5 years ago?
Yeah, so 2.5 years ago, I was working. Then after COVID, I just went, can't keep working, got to get out and about. So then I went to Vietnam, Cambodia, came here, then went home. Then
all different trips, or did a
that was just tour? All over 3 months.
Okay.
Just took 3 months away and just
cool.
Spent a crap load of money, as you do.
Yeah.
Live the high life. But to be honest, you don't have to spend a lot of money to live the high life here.
No. Airlines, everything's cheap.
Just from what we've spent here so far, it's like we've done this is a budget build, like low budget build.
Right, sure.
So is this my forever home? No. Is this my forever home? Yes.
Okay.
But not my forever house.
Right. So, a couple of years ago, you did this whirlwind tour.
Yeah, just did the tour. Then I met the missus in Pattaya.
Okay.
And then we started hanging out and found out we're pretty similar.
So she's from right here locally?
Yeah, so her mum and dad just live up the road. And dad's not the village head, but the 2IC to the village head.
Okay.
But the village head does what he does and dad does everything else.
Okay. So Lyall and dad does all the work.
Yeah.
So is this family land here?
Yeah, so brother owned this. He owns up the back there. And that's his house he built last year around Songkran time.
Yep.
So that took him and his workers 2 weeks to build. And it's a big...
Wow.
And then it's got like the Thai outdoor kitchen, and then he's built a thing above, like a platform, a viewing platform.
Okay.
But his father-in-law and mother-in-law are staying there at the moment because they work the land, the farm. Then they got the other farm. Then they got another farm. Just, farms.
Right, yeah.
So, but yeah, he came down last Songkran, I think it was, or just before. And then, 2 weeks, it's done.
So, on to this. How long you been here this trip?
This trip I've been here since end of January, I think it was.
And was this pre-planned or a spur-of-the-moment decision?
No, this was, we brought this, I sent the money back probably in November last year.
Okay.
So then they delivered it, but the wife didn't want to come here, whatever. And then she stayed with mum and dad, did all the stuff because I was still back home working. Mm-hmm. And then just before I got here, the fence got done.
Okay, is that local or contractor?
These are local farmers.
Okay, so they're just locals,
no
just
fence locals,
builders.
Cousins.
It looks okay.
So, and all up, so this one we did 8 blocks high because, they don't work in meters, they work in blocks.
Yep. Yep.
So, and I wanted 2.5 meter spacing.
Yep.
But I think I got 2.2, 1.8, 1.6.
I was going to say, those two right there are not the same width. I can see that.
And that one over there is not the same.
No, it's wider. It's wider than... Oh, yeah, they're just all over the place.
So they found it's like water.
Look at that one. That one's really skinny.
I've just learned to let things go.
Yeah.
Because you get what you pay for.
Right,
basically
exactly.
At the end of the day.
Yep.
And I could have spent $20,000 and probably still got the same.
Right.
With the local talent.
Right, right.
So, but it is what it is, so you can't complain.
Right, it gets the job done.
So, and it just, we've got to get the front done yet. But
it doesn't look bad other than the different size panels. And I'm not saying it looks bad, it's just noticeable.
Well, we were going to paint it and all that stuff, and then I thought then it's just going to stand out like dogs' nuts. So.
Right. If you do paint it, make sure you prime it first, because that's key. I've seen some people that didn't prime first, and paint's all falling off.
It just peels, all the moisture gets stuck in it.
Yeah.
And it's only these cheap bricks, and you pick them up and they just disintegrate.
Yeah, yeah, they're very
so I think they're only like 6 or 7 baht each.
Right. And before we get too much further, what did you do in Australia, or what do you do in Australia?
I'm a maintenance fitter, so just a spare parts replacement guy.
Okay.
Pretty much that's all we do. And machine relocation. So,
And you're a ways off from retiring, you said.
yeah, I'm only 55 in June. So I've still got another going by our Australian system. Probably won't be able to retire until I'm 80 to access anything. So, but like I said, I've worked for as long as I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just time to pull the reins back. Well, I thought about it. I went, I can survive here on just working 6 months a year.
Yep.
It's not going to be a lavish life,
Right.
but it's enough to live here. And a lot of people will probably go, well, why don't you just put your head down for a couple of years and work harder?
Right.
I don't want to.
Right. Right.
I'd rather work the next 3 or 4 years
Right.
at the same pace and enjoy myself while I'm doing it. So you get,
Okay, so let's back to the house for a second, if you don't mind. So how long did it take from the time you ordered it to the time they delivered it?
this one they already had in stock.
Okay.
So this was already built on their lot,
Okay.
which is in Tamphanak. The guy said if we wanted modifications or a different one, I think he said a month to 2 months.
That sounds about right. That's what I went and did a knockdown video a while back, and I think that's about what they said.
I think he said like 4 to 6 weeks or
Depends
something.
on how big it is. And
So there's another section we're going to get later on, which is just like a balcony that comes out 3 meters,
Yep.
goes back the 6 meters, and then it's got another roof coming off it. And that was 60,000 baht, I think, for that add-on.
Okay.
This itself was 150,000 baht.
150. And it's, I assume, 1 bedroom.
Yeah, just a 1 bedroom,
one living room.
Just, well, that's all we need.
Is it 1 room or 1 living room and 1 bedroom?
No, it's just one big room.
One big room, okay.
So it's 6.5 meters, including the stairs.
Okay.
But the room itself is 3.5 by 3,
3 point, okay.
which is a standard size bedroom in
Yeah,
it.
large bedroom.
So,
Yep.
but when we put the aircon in it, which makes a world of difference.
I bet.
It's a world of difference. But this is all fully decked out and delivered, 150,000 baht.
150,000. That was my next question.
So now I could convert that to all the dollars that are around the world, but that's what Google's for.
Right, exactly.
So work it out in your own.
Yeah. Most people that give a shit can work it out in their head in their own dollars.
So me, in Australian dollars, about 7 grand. Because I think we're currently 21 baht per dollar. When I was here last time, it was 24, 25 baht.
Right.
So, but for 7 grand, you can't even buy a tin shed back home for 7 grand. Cost you that much for a concrete slab. So,
cost you that much for the damn permits to get it in here in the US.
So permits, I don't know what they are. I haven't seen one here.
No, I know. I didn't either. I was surprised.
Not even a request.
We don't got to get a permit? No, just start building.
Yeah,
do
build.
that later. Okay.
If they're not happy, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
So,
so power, you had to just bring power from the road there?
We stole the Brothers' power. So we're hooked into the Brothers' meter.
Oh, nice.
Because the PEA wouldn't give us power or temporary power because we didn't have a contracted builder do it.
Okay.
So we tapped into the Brothers' power. The guy come and ran all the poles for us.
PEA or
No, just a local guy.
Okay.
He works for the PEA sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. We had one of those, looked at our,
bid
ours, but
the PEA wouldn't give us any power until we officially got an address.
Yep.
But we couldn't get an address until we had a toilet.
Okay.
So you had to have a functioning toilet. So
our toilets had to be functioning before we could get our book.
So that's why we just built this as quickly as possible.
Right.
Then then you got to take all the photos.
Yep.
Then you got to take it to the village head. He signs all the paperwork.
Yep.
Then you go down to, I don't know what the government department is, but there's many of them.
Yeah, she knows.
I don't think it's the DLT.
No, that's the drivers. That's the Department of Land Transportation deal.
But it's near one of those. They're all similar. It's the place where you go and get your Thai ID card.
Right, right.
They do the same thing.
Yes.
You get the address book. Right. So now we've got our address book. Then we went to the PEA. So we just got to wait for them. Then they'll ring us and say the guy will be out here at such and such.
So do you have separate lines from over there, or are they going to have to rehang them?
No, the line's there.
Yep.
all he's got to do, well, we have to do, because they won't disconnect from the brother's meter to put the new meter in.
Okay.
We have to get our electrician back to disconnect it, leave the cable there, then they'll come in and plug the meter in.
Right. So what about the actual power lines? You have your own set of lines?
Yeah, this one. So this one on the corner inside the fence.
Yep.
And the one behind the house there.
Yep.
We just went down to the hardware store. I don't know what they call them here.
Yeah.
Brought all the stuff, and I think that cost us
Not much.
3,000 baht. 4,000 baht with all the wire. 100 meters of.
Okay. What size? 25?
2.5. Yeah, no, 20. I think it is 25.
Yeah, that's what they optioned us, 25 and 35.
So, but if you look at the way they've delivered the house, I'll just introduce Sompit. This is Ginny, Sompit. And Kenny.
No, they're just standing there not talking.
Well, I don't think Ginny saw her and Sompit didn't even see her. So yeah, so they delivered the house with the wire just dangling here, and the U-viewed earth.
Yep.
So when it rains, don't stand out here. Yeah, so the guy just came and tapped into that and put a bottle over the thing for weather protection.
Oh, so you're ready to, oh, it's tied in.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, because I wanted them to run that back into there, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Well, this is going to move once we build the forever home. This is just this is temporary.
Right.
So the forever home is going to go in this corner.
Oh, okay, okay.
Aircon, I think we paid 13,000 baht for the aircon, which is only a 12,000 BTU.
12,000. That's about right.
Which is, I think, back home about, they work in kilowatts, about 1.5, something, whatever, I don't know.
Yep. So no kitchen, running water, nothing here, right?
In here, no.
Yeah.
Or here.
Okay.
So, but the kitchen is going to go in this section here.
Just, okay, that makes sense.
Which will be a big outdoor kitchen.
Yep.
So there'll be roughly 7 meters long, 3.5, 4 meters deep, and then that'll be split into two. So that'll be the lockable section for when we go away, and then just the open dining area.
Yeah, so when you get the forever house built, you can put in like 2 more of these and rent them out, or?
Well, that's what we were thinking, like, because we're just going to turn this into a guest house when we finished.
Sure, yeah.
So, but the over here will be a similar style, the knockdown, whatever they call it.
Yep.
And that'll be 6 by 9 meters. So within that tree line back to the fence. And that'll be
inside the wall, right?
From inside the wall. Okay. And then that'll be up like the stilt, house on stilts.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, and then underneath we'll just, the only thing I'm disappointed at is that I've got to go over to the rubber tree plantation to hang me hammock.
Why?
Because there's nowhere to hang a hammock here.
Well, make one.
And there's no shade, because here...
Yeah, you could put a pole over here and hang one end on the tree. And
well, we had the big coconut here. There was a big coconut there. There was 1, 2, and then right here, there were 3 other ones. So those are the roots.
Okay.
So, and the other thing I'm disappointed at is that they dug as far as they could by hand. I don't know what they hit, but even the digger couldn't break it. It was dirt, but it was just concrete.
Wow.
So, and those are supposed to be below the ground, and that's 4 rings. And we've got half a ring sticking up.
Now, is that a well?
That's the black septic.
Oh, I see the blue pipe.
So
that's just holding the soil.
The well, I wanted to dig back here before this went up.
Yep.
But I don't know if most of your viewers realise when they have a Thai wife or girlfriend, you're just a passenger.
Right. The ones living in Thailand understand that.
Yeah, you're just
the other ones probably haven't figured it out yet.
You're just a passenger. We talked, and it was like, yep. I come back. What happened? I changed my mind. Okay.
So where is it?
Well, I haven't got it yet. So we're going to have
water from. I see a tank.
Oh, town water. So we got.
Oh, okay.
So the town water, the connection's over there. In the corner?
Out there, I see it. Right at the end.
So I've just ran 3/4 all the way around here.
Yep.
into the tank.
Oh, yeah, you can
So-
just tie in later.
And even when the pumps are off, because the town water is in the middle of the village
Yep.
and it's up on the thing,
Yep.
we get the gravity feed. So,
So it's uphill from here.
yeah, so it goes up a bit. So Mum and Dad's house, when they turn the valves off,
Yep.
because this tank feeds this village and the village across the road.
So they have like a
So they have
water tower
alternative
for the
days.
village type thing
Oh, it's just a big water tank
on the ground.
on the ground.
Okay.
And but because we're just below it,
Yeah.
if they leave the valve open, they
Yep.
turn the pump off, we still get water.
Okay.
So, and in the tank, I just put a mechanical valve on it, so it just opens and closes. No,
So you've got all the ceremonies and stuff done, so you can live here.
no, we
You're
didn't
living
have
in sin.
to. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mother-in-law was not happy.
I bet.
Not happy at all. But the wife has a good knack of blaming me as a farang.
That's why. That's what I always told her. Just blame it on me. I
Yeah.
just say I don't know. I'm a.
So it's like, oh well. But because she said we got around it because this is not a permanent house. This is a temporary house.
Okay.
When this gets built, then we have to have the
You brought dirt in, right?
yeah.
Like,
So
it looks a little higher than that right there.
the brother owned this land for about 2 years, but he only had the front part to about where the coconut tree came through here, and here was all under.
This
So-
was lower here.
Yeah, this is all lower.
So this is old fill.
This is old fill, this is all new fill.
Okay. Okay.
So we let someone else organise it, so we probably paid more than we should have.
Right. Paid the consulting fee.
Yeah, I think it was $350 a truck. But they weren't, when the trucks I saw weren't very loaded.
Well, when they charge by the truck, they don't load them.
Yeah,
They
so,
charge by the job, then they
Yeah.
load them.
so,
I learned that.
and I've seen trucks come through here and it's like, I don't understand how your axles are in one piece. They're just,
You say that. I think it was just yesterday coming out of Coon Han. There was one sitting on the side of the road. The rear axle literally broke, and it was loaded with dirt.
but yeah, so this has had a bit of rain on it. So it's pretty, like we had the tractor trying to level this
Yeah.
and it just skimmed across the top.
Yeah. This stuff
Sorry.
gets like concrete. Ours does too.
And
But
it's
you
just,
don't really have any weight on here yet, anyhow.
No.
So I mean, if
I'm not
that
too
settles
fussed
a
'cause
little, it's not the end of the
I
world.
want to get a couple more trucks in here, but I want to lift this up a bit more because it's in like a valley.
Yep.
And when it rains, it just floods up underneath there.
Oh, just put some fill in underneath it to push it
So-
out. Yeah.
But I want to lift it up just a little bit more.
Okay.
So,
So you were working on some leach, or not leach, but
yeah, the leach field.
the drains for
Yeah.
the
So,
French drain.
yeah, French drains, leach field, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So,
See, I thought you were actually looking for leach field pipes for the toilet. Is what I thought you were looking for. these
yeah,
days.
so we've got the black one there.
Yep.
Then I must admit, because when we were living here, it was about a week. It took them a week to build this little room.
Mm-hmm.
3 guys, 70 bottles of whiskey.
I was going to say,
It's just,
I don't even know what I'm doing. I could almost get it done in that time.
but the problem is that the guys that live here understand local talent.
Right.
Yes, I can do it.
Yep.
No, you can't. They all said they could do it. And there's a lot of things that annoy the crap out of me.
Yeah.
But then I just think, well, I got what I paid for. Like I said, we're not building the Taj Mahal.
Right.
It's not a watch factory.
Right.
But if it was a watch factory, I wouldn't buy their watches.
I hear you.
So, but it's functioning.
That's the main thing.
And there's a bit of work I have to do inside to fix.
Okay.
So,
Like plumbing type stuff.
let me show you the glorious Thai plumbing. This I wanted to concrete in, but they gave me don't know.
Is this a vent pipe or a
That's
pump out pipe?
the pump out pipe.
Okay.
I've got to cut that down,
Yep.
but I just left that there so they didn't. That's just the breather pipe.
Okay.
That I've got to run.
Also known as the overflow.
So this is the fantastic plumbing. Not what I wanted. But it's functional. And I can change it later.
Fart
I
fans
put the
working.
fan in.
Yeah, fart fans.
I
working.
cannot believe the difference this makes
The
on the
temperature.
temperature inside.
Oh, I bet. That metal roof. going to
Well,
radiate some heat.
I wanted this high because most people, I don't know how they dry their back with their towel, but I always throw the towel behind and I'm doing this.
Right.
Right. And at Mum and Dad's, the roof was here.
Oh,
And I'd always punch the light out. Yeah, so
20 minutes.
form and function is...
it works.
Yeah.
It works.
So,
And you got plenty of air going through up there, which is
well, I
good
wanted
with
it.
that
I
metal
wanted it
roof.
open.
Yeah, I would too.
I was going to get the foam insulation panels,
Yep.
but I thought it's a toilet. I don't live in it.
Was this his road right here?
Yeah. So this is part of our land on the Chinook,
Okay.
but the person, it's really crazy that like it's Thailand. I don't understand it. In here, there's 3 different people that own different plots out of the one big plot because it was family owned, then broken up for the children. But it's still government land, but it's not government land. Yeah, I don't understand it.
Right.
Like, we've got the Chinook.
Yep.
It's been signed over, but legally it still belongs to the person. There's only certain times of the decades they can transfer farmland or something.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's just confusing.
So I just thought of another question on the house before we move away, because Dave, you might be wondering this. So is it sitting on concrete pads or what's it sitting
That's
on?
just on concrete pavers,
How big? Like thick?
probably 2 inch,
Okay.
1.5 inch, 2 inch.
So just something to spread the load out a little bit?
I wanted concrete pads, but translation wise, I got concrete
Pavers.
pavers.
Good thing about it is if it starts sinking, you can always just pick it up and put something under it.
Well, the middle one we had just after it came in, I think they put a bit of dirt under one of the pads to level it. And then we had a bit of rain for a couple of days, a few weeks, months, about a month ago.
Yep.
And then that one section sunk.
Sure.
So now the door, you've got to lay the shoulder into it.
Yeah.
So I've got to jack that back up and prop it up a bit. But what I want to do is I want to bring it back another metre anyway. So I'm going to dig and put concrete foundations a metre off each leg and then just pick the house up and...
Oh, I see. Just, yeah, that makes sense.
But we're going to do that when the guy delivers the extension.
Because he'll have
Well, it came on the back of a truck.
Was it all one piece or
Yeah,
two?
all one piece, and they just
Okay.
attached the stairs when they got here.
Okay, well then he should be able to just pick it up and move
So,
it. You plan to run power over here?
yeah, so this is the temporary thing to run the pump.
Yep.
And this pump is so quiet, I don't even hear it.
Yeah, they're good pumps. That's what we put in Mom's
It's
house.
same as Mum's,
Yep.
but I think that Mum's is the older one. And you just hear it go clunk, 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 clunk. It's like, oh.
When we moved into Mom's house, her tank was rusted, so I bought her a new one. And
Oh, and that's the pump you used for the
old one, yeah.
Solar, whatever.
Yeah, but that's the exact same pump. That WP105R is the one I bought for her house.
And that's more than what we need.
Yeah.
It'll run the kitchen because that's all we're going to have. And I've just ran an extension lead to plug the fan in so I can run the fan all day so it's not a sweat box. But yeah, so that's pretty much, we'll put the concrete, I'll build the concrete pads in. The wife wants to lift that another metre or two.
Yep.
And I'm thinking it's too small to throw up in the air because she just wants to sit under it. It only needs to go up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, whatever. It's got good airflow under it. Without the aircon, that was a bit of a sweat box.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, they all are.
So-
But any house here without aircon is a freaking sweat box.
But that's all, it's not insulated, but
Right.
it's finished inside. So it's got all the, what would you call, gyprock, plasterboard,
Sheetrock, we call it.
sheetrock.
Gypsum
So,
board.
it's got all the power in there. So just, yeah, you just basically, they drop it on your site and you're good to go. So
And you said it was 150 delivered?
150 delivered. So 150 apart from like the aircon. We paid 13.
13 for that.
I think Lotus had a promotion. They were 15.7. and we got it for 13,700.
Installed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the guy, we brought it, and the guy came out the next morning.
Yeah. Oh, nice. So you're leaving when?
I'll be leaving in about 2 to 3 weeks.
And planned return?
2 months.
2 months. So you'll only be gone 2 months?
Yeah, I'll only be gone 2 or 3
Why
months.
leave?
Finances.
I hear you.
I've spent more than I wanted to, but I got a lot done. So
Yeah, now you got to pay for it.
yeah, I'm now going to pay for the next
stage,
kitchen.
yeah.
So once we get the kitchen in, then that's it.
You live here then.
Yeah, it's just I'll probably stay here longer.
Any timeline on the final product over there?
That one we're in no hurry.
Right.
So
Years?
Year-ish.
2 years? Yeah.
We might just, I don't know, I might just bite the bullet. That's going to cost, I think, when we priced the house, that was a year ago, that was like 700,000.
So by the time you get
So
probably close to $1 million. Yep.
So, which in Australian dollars is about 55,000.
Right, yeah.
Which I still couldn't get anywhere near this.
And you said that was 6 by
A 6x9.
6 by 9, Dave, if you're wondering.
They gave us a quote for 2.6 high because the standard was 2.4. So
Okay,
I wanted
2.6 legs.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Actually, off the whatever the deck.
Yeah.
So
is that a 1-bedroom also?
that was 2-bedroom with a prayer room, and then a big open veranda
Living
area.
Outside?
Yeah.
Okay. No bathroom still?
There was a room like 2.5 by 1.6 in the corner there.
Yep.
For the bathroom.
Yep.
But we were going to rip that wall out and just turn the prayer room into a bigger room.
Okay, so just stick with this.
And then underneath, we'll just build a guest bedroom, storage room, and ensuite.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because we thought about it, I thought, well, you probably don't want to go up and down stairs at night if you...
I don't want to when I'm 70, so that's why I stuck to the ground.
That's the plan, but it could change. We might just build a level house.
Right.
It's because I'm thinking, I don't like walking upstairs now. How am I going to go in 10, 20 years? So...
Yeah, I think the next video out is things I do different. And my house is very low anyhow. It's 25 off the ground. And I would have halved that if I did it again. Yeah.
You get used to people you don't know.
Actually just turning around.
Because this tree here, the big red ants,
Yeah.
they have their nest and all that in there. And we have one guy who likes to, I don't know what he does, but he's not a crazy, but he might be affected in ways.
Aren't we all?
And it might be artificially infected. But he comes in here and grabs the nest because they eat the ant larvae.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, well, they eat pretty much everything.
But she's looking for something to eat right there.
Oh, the other thing too, they like planting stuff in the way of things.
Don't get me started.
It's like, I said, we haven't finished here, but you've already, we can move it.
Out here?
Okay, we're going to move all this stuff. Because I want to run a drain system down here.
Okay.
Just to get rid of the water.
So your elevations, that's higher out there than here, it looks like?
Yeah.
Can't really tell, but...
when it rains, because I don't know if Thailand has found the use of levels yet.
No. Water levels.
Yeah, the old water. Well, the water level is a very accurate thing.
It works. I've used them.
But it's just when they lay stuff, I try to tell them I want to pitch it away from certain things, and like here, pitch it away from the wall.
This looks pretty good here.
So,
it looks flat out there, though.
But when they poured all this, and then they did the secondary, but this one's higher, but then they sloped it down to here.
Okay.
But I don't know why, but it's whatever. And in here is a different story. I've got to clean off because...
Did they use mortar or did they use concrete?
They use concrete.
That's what it looks like. I can
They
see
use the concrete, and then I brought them the grout to put into the thing. but then they mixed it with concrete.
Oh my.
So now, I've gone and scraped off as much as I can along the bottom, but it's in everywhere, all along the bottom. Like the grout is just, it's taken me 2 days, because you can see behind here, it's just.
Oh yeah.
So
that just needs wiped off.
But I've got the acid to break up the concrete, and I may just have to get the grinder out and clean it up and re-grout everything.
Whee.
But at the end of the day,
doing that with grout's hard enough. I can't imagine it with concrete in it.
That's going to be fun.
Because I've pulled grout before, and it's not.
So, and when they put the drain in, they just, I'm not going to. It's form and function.
Got what you paid for, right?
And the missus wanted the glass bricks, but I don't think they know how angles work. The initial thing was 4 on 3 sides, and we got 3 on 3 sides. There's 3 bricks still sitting over there in the box.
Oh, nice. Well, you got spares,
so
make the best of it.
But like I said, I'm not. I could sit here and scream and but then at the end of the day, I've got a phone. I can do my business, and I don't have to run off into the plantation to use leaves to scratch me bum, or hop on the motorbike, run to mum's.
Yep. Been doing that.
So now we've got the address, but that's all done now. So now we have an address,
which frees you up a lot.
So now I can order stuff.
Oh, right. Delivery. Lasagna. Here we go.
Oh, the address systems. I don't know how they work here.
Well, I do. Well, I know how they work over there. There's a list. The first one gets house number 1.
And then it just goes.
Yeah. And we're 157, which I don't even know where 56 or 58 is.
Well, Brothers is 350 something.
Yep.
We're 304. We built a year after him.
Yeah, there's like a Moose 3 or Moose 6 or something.
Moo 2.
Yeah.
Moo 2.
Is he Moo 2?
Yeah, or Moo 2.
Well, now that don't make sense.
But
okay, I think we're going to wrap up this video. If you have any questions or comments for Lyall, put them in the comments down below, and I'll ask him, as I do everyone, to just watch the comments the first day or 2 after the video comes out and reply. Yeah, I'll try to reply, but in fact, I have to. But
well, you don't have to.
Well, the way I manage it, I do.
Well, that's fair enough. Even the stupid ones?
Well, if they're really stupid, I just delete them and block them. And then
is that why mine got deleted?
Oh, probably is, yeah. Okay, so anyhow, Lyall, where are you from in Australia?
Oh, Melbourne.
Shit, I didn't do this at all in order this time. Normally I have a kind of thing in my head.
It's okay. I probably stuffed you up by ranting about other things.
That's all right.
So
we'll figure it out, or they can ask.
Yeah, it's easy as.
So with all that said, thanks for joining us, Paradise in Thailand.
Catch you later.